And Louisville will control first. Skyy Clark brings it up. He missed the last 2 games with a rib injury. In fact, he's going to play through a broken rib the rest of the way. Last time out, Louisville against Pitt did not have a point guard. No Tyler Johnson either. He was out with a concussion. Johnson back today, and an early turnover for Louisville. Live ball turnovers have been their issues as we look at the starting 5 for the Irish. Coach told you about Markus Burton. Braeden Shrewsberry is head coach Markus Shrewsberry's son, and Tay Davis coming off 17 last time out against Georgia Tech.
And I'm going to be anxious to see how Kerry Booth plays tonight. He's going to have to be a force in this game, offensively, defensively, and especially on that glass.
Starting lineups for Louisville. Skyy Clark is back. Mike James, the team's leading scorer. He gets blocked. And Brandon Huntley-Hatfield averaging 15 and 8 over his last 17. Here is Shrewsberry using the shot fake. Step back 3, good.
He has improved so much. He's improved his range, and he already had very good range. I asked Markus Shrewsberry, when did you start to develop that type of range with him? He said the 3rd grade when he went to the NBA.
Louisville goes to work on offense, and it looks like Notre Dame's in a zone.
Well, they are, but really what they're trying to do is protect. They're doubling off the 4-man. They're backed off. I think they're going to live with a shot like that. Their double is the thing we're going to watch for tonight, because I think they plan on doubling everything that goes into the post.
Neither team shoots the 3 especially well, and that's too easy for Huntley-Hatfield.
Absolutely. He's gotten so much better at the elbow area with a jump shot, but that time he didn't waste the jump shot. He put the ball on the floor, got to the rim.
Kabajai over to Markus Burton. One area where Notre Dame has cleaned it up over the last 2 games. They haven't turned it over as much. Only 14 turnovers in those 2 games combined. They average about 13 a game in conference. Louisville wearing its Black History Month jerseys. Entry pass to Huntley-Hatfield. There's the double. Shot clock down to 8. Down low to Glenn. Left it short.
Nice play, and they were short at getting to the double, which allowed Caleb Glenn to go to that left shoulder with his right hand and try to put that shoulder bump on that Kenny Payne teaches so well.
Shrewsberry green lights another 3.
That's a great sign. Not only is Markus Shrewsberry being the father, but the coach. When you see shots like that go in, and right now Kenny Payne's got to make sure they are not behind his screens.
And Notre Dame came into the game as the worst shooting team in the ACC, as Louisville gets the answer.
Nice curl. They've tightened up already on Shrewsberry.
And Burton will draw the foul on the jumper. They'll get Skyy Clark his first.
Now watch Shrewsberry now as he comes off of this. He's ready to play. He takes a shot fake, step back, stays in his shot, holds his follow through. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield on the other end. They're in their ice defense. They're trying to force it to the baseline. He goes exactly where he's supposed to be, and that elbow area drives it into the lane for an easy 2.
Explain what you mean by ice defense.
Well, what they're icing, what they want to do on the side is they want to force everything to the baseline. And what you can't do is have your screener there too long, so they're releasing early. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield goes to set the screen. They worked on it hard today. They see that they're going to double when the ball gets driven. He gets to the elbow. They were able to execute a pocket pass, and a pocket pass is basically a pass that's thrown under your knee and received under the receiver's knee. They executed it perfectly.
Notre Dame defensively has been pretty strong most of the season. That has been their calling card. Offense comes and goes as James contested, no good. Glenn can't pull down the rebound. Here comes Tay Davis. The Seton Hall transfer. On the drive, Huntley-Hatfield got in the way. Clark looking for Glenn. The pass behind him. White's open.
Nice drive. Nice kick.
Glenn for 3, no good. Caleb Glenn 1 for 7 on the season from deep.
You're getting good looks, though. That was an open look. You've got to take that shot. The worst thing he could have done is try to drive that into traffic.
Shrewsberry's got 6. Skyy down low. Good position on Huntley Hatfield.
Nice play. A big part of Notre Dame's offense as the game gets moving are those two-man actions on the side, hoping that they'll get some type of two-on-two type of action. That worked out perfectly for him.
White, catch and release, got it. Trey White, the USC transfer. Last 4 games averaging 17 and 9 with a pair of double-doubles.
And you like to see that he set his cut up. It was a solid screen, but he set the cut up. He created some distance off the screen, got a wide open look.
Skyy, the Penn State transfer, followed Markus Shrewsberry to South Bend. And it's big to big. There's Kerry Booth.
Beautiful play by Kerry Booth, and Markus Burton channeled his inner John Stockton with the screen. A bit of a moving screen, but he got away with it. I like that they're going to let these guys play tonight.
Huntley Hatfield puts it on the floor through the double team and gets the roll.
That's what's made Braeden Huntley Hatfield better. That's why he's averaging these points in the last 5 games, because he's assertive. He's on the attack. He's not wasting time. He's not wasting dribbles. He's not overthinking. He's attacking.
He had a game in early January against Pitt. Only had 3 points in that game. And Kenny Payne told him, hey, this is not acceptable. Since then, he's become a consistent double-digit scorer for Louisville.
Well, that's the #1 thing that's affected him in his career. And look at how quick he is getting right back up. See, in the past, he'd drop his head.
Almost a 3 in the key. Clark from the outside.
Beautiful pass. Braeden Huntley Hatfield, the people that have followed him, that have helped build his career, they've been waiting for this assertive guy to take off. Kenny Payne, I know he has those fights every once in a while to try to get it out of him, but he is getting it out of him.
A former 5-star, top 25 recruit. Here's Burton through the Sequoias.
Oh, this is
Huntley
a physical
Hatfield
game.
again defensively.
I've seen 5 fouls we haven't called. I love it. Let's play. No stops in the action.
Wake the echoes of the old Big East.
Good choice. In the past, Braeden Huntley Hatfield, with that kind of distance between him and his defender, would have took a tough shot.
Clark zigging, zagging. White off the shot fake, falling away, and this time they called it.
Well, they had to call that. They're going to protect the shooter. There's no doubt about that. Let's watch this now. Shrewsberry comes off, lines it up, stays in his shot, knocks it down. Beautiful jump shot. The back screen from John Stockton. Burton gets the dunk for Kerry Booth in the paint. Family Christmas card or Christmas present list by wearing red tonight. Wear it another time.
Shrewsberry also played his college ball at Hanover, which is less than an hour from here.
You can tell where he's got his discipline. His mom and dad, they are obviously they did a great job raising that family. So awesome to see them here.
One of the first-year head coaches in this league. He took over for Mike Bray, who had been in South Bend for more than 2 decades. And you look at Notre Dame's roster from a season ago, they started 4 graduate students. This year they're starting 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores. It is a young team in an era where it's hard to be young.
Well, and I say this, and I never use this term lightly. He's a teacher, and what he did is he didn't just hire recruiters. He hired guys that can teach the game. And I've had the good fortune to see 2 walkthroughs now in the last 2 weeks. I mean, you can see it in the development. They have a patience with this with this group, but they will not let them not be responsible for trying to play the right way, playing hard and playing unselfish.
Good defensive recovery by the Irish. Huntley Hatfield called for the travel.
It's a good call. I thought he was going to get back to his left shoulder right-hand jump hook spin, because that's really something that he loves to do. But I love the fact that he is playing assertive, that he's playing aggressive, no body language, playing with confidence.
Matt Zona into the game for Notre Dame, along with J.R. Knesny.
Changes everything with Matt Zona. Not only does he roll, but he can step up, pop, and make a 3.
Burton gets trapped under the trees and turns it over.
That's the kind of mistake, Markus Shrewsberry, it's a double barrel mistake. He wanted the foul on the way up, and then there was nobody there for him to throw that outlet pass to on the right side. I think he's a little more miffed that was not a foul called on the way up.
Burton takes it away. He had 5 steals last time out, pulls up and missed completely. Knesny there to clean up.
Burton took a very risky shot. Brandon Huntley-Hatfield did a great job getting back, getting his hand up. That's where you'd like to see Markus Burton shake and bake and get to the rim off one more dribble.
Boy, you got a foul on Konieczny. Notre Dame up by 2 on the road. 11:53 to go, opening half.
File 100%.
Is going to be foaming at the mouth to get back and score some points. And their defense usually causes problems for North Carolina to get into the paint.
Virginia got waxed on Monday by Virginia Tech. You just don't see a Tony Bennett coach team lose by that kind of margin.
No, what a tale of 2 Mondays with what they did to Miami the week before and then to have it done to him a week later.
Well, Miami, couldn't break 40.
Look at that quickness by Caleb Glenn. He didn't get it, but that's how quick he is. He is an out-of-his-area rebounder.
And they've got Glenn defending up top against Davis.
It's a good matchup because Davis can start their offense. I mean, we may get to the end of the half and he'll bring the ball full court, trying to create a play. Great pass. Great pass by Tay Davis. He is a skilled player. He can dribble, he can pass, he's getting better as a shooter. He can make plays in the lane, he's a roller.
Seton Hall transfer, an Indiana native. Tylor Johnson, who missed the last game with a concussion, back out there. He's a spark plug off the bench, a freshman. White contested 3 over Konieczny, no good.
Tough shot by White. He shot it, but he faded to his left. He didn't give himself a chance to make that.
Burton's 1 for 3. Now Davis spinning inside and turbines to the rack for 2.
That's quick. He has improved. Again, we're focused on the freshman, but he has improved so much really since Christmas. That's when he's really started to make a jump in the ACC. He figured it out, and they can play through him. They can do a lot with him.
That's 17 points last time out against Georgia Tech, and Huntley-Hatfield kisses it off the window.
Nice lift. That is the improvement. That is where Kenny Payne has done a fantastic job of making these players and making this team better. This time of year, you want to be heading towards playing your best basketball. It's not as much about the record for Louisville. Are they getting better?
Huntley-Hatfield may have gotten away with a foul. He had his arm draped around the waist of Tay Davis.
As a coach, I judge your team so much on, are you getting better? Do they still look like they're enjoying playing? When I watch Kenny Payne run practice today, when he makes points, they're listening. They're authoritative. There's a demand to what he does. The passing got sloppy early on in the practice. He stepped right in. It picked right up. That's a sign of a guy that knows what he's doing, and he's improving his team. He's improving their individual skills, and he's getting them to play more unselfish. Doesn't mean they're playing great. Doesn't mean they're playing efficient. Doesn't mean they're making the shots, but they're playing better.
Konieczny, the 3 at the other end. Zan Payne, Kenny Payne's son, into the game. Payne launches in and out. Rebound Konieczny.
Louisville has done a really good job of getting matched up. They haven't dealt with all the screens real well, but they've done a good job getting matched because you have got to be prepared for quick threes and transitions from Notre Dame.
Konieczny puts it on the floor against the freshman Curtis Williams. Williams got a piece. Johnson pulls up, too strong. Something to watch here, Coach. Notre Dame's 3 out of 5 in the early going from deep. Defending the 3 of late has been an issue for Louisville.
It has. I mean, there is no doubt. They haven't made many threes, and they're giving up far too many in the last 4 games. But they have a break right now because Braeden Shrewsberry is not on the floor.
Booth.
But Kerry Booth is.
A 26% three-point shooter. Even though 60% of his shots are from deep, the Irish 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, despite being the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC.
If we don't talk, and that's an example of it right there.
Yeah, you saw the something's got to give sidebar. Notre Dame comes into the game last in the ACC in offensive efficiency. Louisville last in the ACC in defensive efficiency. Huntley-Hatfield kicks it out to Payne, and he misfires. Louisville 1 of 7 from downtown. And to further the point, in the last 3 games, Louisville 10 for 45 from 3.
Yeah, that's just not. That's why when you're shooting 78% from the foul line, that is one of the most important things you can try to get to. because you're just going to get frustrated if you're missing threes, especially when you're being defended well there. But that's where you want to get the ball to the rim, offensive rebound those missed threes, try to get to the foul line.
Roper puts it up. And on the flip side, against Pittsburgh, Louisville gave up 15 threes on 31 attempts. They gave up 11 threes on 23 attempts to BC. Free throw opportunity coming. 24-14 Irish. Tonight, 9 Eastern on ESPN, we send you out to Baton Rouge. Antonio Reeves and number 17 squaring off against LSU. That's number 17 Kentucky, and LSU trying to make it 2 straight wins against top 25 teams.
Is this so Mardi Gras?
Isn't it always?
Well, yeah, that will be a festive Pete Maravich Center tonight, one way or the other. Very festive.
Even if it's not, it is.
Even if it's not, it is. Some of the best pizza slices I've ever had. Downtown Baton Rouge.
What was the time of night?
Late. And the slices were very inexpensive. I was hungry, and I went back again.
Burton trying to make his way around Tyler Johnson. Shrewsberry knocked down a couple of early threes. Burton's the top scoring freshman in the ACC. Logan Imes back to Shrewsberry, freshman to freshman, and that's 3 triples for Braeden Shrewsberry.
Beautiful action. We may get to go back and see that, but great recognition by 2 freshmen, recognizing Brandon Huntley Hatfield, trying to force the switch, getting it, making 2 extra passes, wide open 3.
Here's White working on Imes. And Trey White gets the deuce to put an end to what was a 9-0 Notre Dame run.
That's exactly what you have to do if you're Louisville right now. Let's not shoot jump shots. Let's not take challenge shots. Let's get the ball in the paint, whether by the post or the drive.
Booth. Inside, Jai, the follow. And a foul on the floor before the shot.
Watch this setup now. Watch as we get into this action, okay? There's the pass, 1 dribble, kick. They had just recognized the switch. They got Brandon Huntley Hatfield in the switching action. The next pass goes to a Braeden Shrewsberry. Again, the communication of Louisville not where it needs to be, but the quick thinking, quick acting of Notre Dame paid off. Watch the handoff to Burton here.
There it is.
They were looking for the switch. Good job by Huntley Hatfield. They're in the ice coverage, forcing him down.
No good. Burton rebound. Skyy Clark.
That's sometimes what Burton does. He does not get enough lift on his step back. That's an area he's got to continue to improve.
Huntley Hatfield wants it. They get it to him.
There you go.
There's the double.
Picked up his dribble. That's what you can't do. Nice kick out there. He's able to see over the trap.
Mike James, leading scorer for Louisville. Quiet so far. No points. 0 for 4 from the field, and he turns it over.
You've got to come through there. You're like a running back when you get into the paint. You've got to protect the ball when you come in.
Davis around Huntley Hatfield, everything but the make. Here's James the other way. Huntley Hatfield puts it on the floor, off the window, +1.
That is a beautiful play, and I'll tell you why. Not just because he made the basket, but because he drove the ball with his left hand, dropped his right shoulder, did put it back in his right hand. He was not doing that earlier in the year. He was not doing that at Christmas time. He has improved his handle. He's improved his drive.
We were talking in the break, and you said, you know, Notre Dame's going to continue to double the post. The bigs for Louisville will have to dribble.
They'll have to dribble out. They have to dribble basically up, I should say. You don't want to dribble out towards the baseline sideline. You want to dribble up towards the wing. You want to make the pass, and then you want to sprint back into the paint. And now you get a single coverage. The last thing you want to do against a post double is dribble it once and pick it up when you're down by the baseline, sideline area, or especially the baseline. Now it's a triple team because you have nowhere to pivot because the baseline is right there.
Tyler Johnson picked up the foul. Only 3 team fouls on both sides. Shrewsberry's got 9. 3 from deep. Imes, the freshman. And that is going to go the other way.
It's a good play. I'll tell you what, with Notre Dame right now, the guards are screening better than the bigs are. And that's important that your guards can screen. The bigs are not getting the freedom that they need, which is allowing Louisville. They're not even really fighting through the screen. They're just brushing it and going by them, and then they're matched up, and it's making it a little bit harder there for Notre Dame. Good defense by Louisville.
Clark, White, Huntley, Hatfield, James, and Glenn on the floor for Louisville. Huntley, Hatfield, no good.
Good play though. That's that forcing the ball to the side or to the sideline baseline action, the ice action. Huntley Hatfield was where he needed to be.
Burton pulls up, left it short again. Battle for the board. Roper had it. Jump ball. Possession arrow, Notre Dame.
What happens to Burton a lot of times when he shoots that pull-up, he's got a high release. It's a high arch. He extends it, but he tries to shoot it over length too much. Watch this. He gets it up, but he's trying to shoot it over the length. That's not a good shot. That's not a good shot. I love the idea, but take one more dribble, get to the rim, or take that dribble and kick it out.
Burton so far 1 for 5. He's got 4 points. He's led the team in scoring in 5 straight and 8 of the last 9 games as the officials are trying to get the clock right.
Right now we're looking at, when you line up high like this, we're looking at some type of rollback action. Hand back to Burton. This is where he's good. Space is wide open.
Shrewsberry open, no good. Glenn skies for the carom. Huntley Hatfield wanted it, was upset Clark didn't go his way. Now White the pull-up. And the rebound to Shrewsberry.
See, that's where Glenn has got to get on the glass. You're not going to beat anybody with one man offensive rebounding against 3 other people. Glenn's got to get to the glass. That was not a good shot by Trey White. He was open, but he's fading to his left. They've got to find a way to get Hatfield set here early in the clock.
Burton's 3, not there. Rebound Clark.
Throw it ahead. Throw the ball ahead. Don't always get into the drag dribble where the Notre Dame defense is sitting there waiting on you.
And Clark hits.
Or turn around and shoot the pull-up because the defense backed off. What do I know?
6-0 run for Louisville. The Irish have missed their last 6.
Skyy Clark needed to see one go in. Coming back off that rib injury.
Shrewsberry from 15, in and out.
Not a bad shot, but right now you're giving this lead up because you're taking tougher shots.
Clark works the baseline. Huntley Hatfield retrieves.
Nice pass.
Finds a cutting White, who gets 2 shots.
See, that's where Trey White is good.
2022, Louisville trying to make it 3 straight home wins, something they have not done in conference play since 2021.
Well, I think this is a situation right now where it's hard to score for Louisville. They're getting some pull-up jump shots. You got some guys that are used to scoring that are not scoring. They're getting some random basketball. I think they've got to loosen it up with some of their, what they call their Memphis action, where it's up high and we get some handoffs into some quick ball screens, or even just get into a high middle ball screen to try to free this paint up a little bit. Get something off a roll rather than off a straight post up where the double is coming quickly from Notre Dame. They're well drilled on how quick they want to double.
And the free throws, that's been a big part of this Louisville offense all season. Kenny Payne telling us before the game, attack the lane, get to the foul line. That is a huge component of this offense.
It's one of your great offensive strengths at 78% in the league.
That zone up looked good when he left its hand. And the rebound to Trey White.
Good read, good swing. This is exactly how they drew it up. Another roll. Nice play.
Emmanuel Okorafor throws it up. He's got 2 shots coming. Only 9 free throw attempts on the season. He's made 5.
Very good recognition by Louisville, though. They're in that ice defense, trying to force it to the baseline. They execute that pass to the middle of the floor. They swing it out. They get another pocket pass, and they get a foul out of it. That's, you know, a foul is a finish, and sometimes that's what your players need to understand.
Two of the top teams in the Pac-12 highlight our ESPN women's basketball Thursday primetime matchup. Utah and UCLA, Charisma Osborne, and number 12 UCLA taking on Alyssa Peely and the 18th ranked Utes. Last time they met in Salt Lake City, UCLA ranked number 2, and that was Utah's highest ranked win in program history.
Now, this is a big moment. It's 2:49. It's a 5-point game. If you're Louisville right now, you want to turn it up, get a stop, get on that break again. You're getting to the foul line. You don't want to give up a 3 in a situation like this. There's going to be some curl action.
Burton, the team leader in scoring and assists. Been a quiet start for him. Gets to the lane. Okorafor recovers and gets the block. Clark looking for the cutting. James throws it away.
Yeah, that's a random play. It was a good intent. It's a random play. Now, I really don't have a problem with this play with Burton right here. He shook the man. He got to the rim. That's just a really good block. It's a really good block. You're not upset with that. He thought he had separation. That's just a guy that was able to get his hand on it because he's got incredible wingspan.
6'9" sophomore from Nigeria, Okorafor. He's guarding Zona. Zona dips inside. Matt Zona, Notre Dame's top returning scorer this season. He averaged less than 2 points per game last year. It gives you an idea of how much this team lost and what a hard reset it was for Markus Shrewsberry.
Well, no question. Okorafor's got to decide, like, I'm going to guard that. Not look over to Kenny Payne like he got fouled. You know, right now this is where the double becomes an issue.
Yeah, Okorafor not used to that.
They're not going to be able to play through him.
Clark
nice shot.
Hits the 3, second 3 for Louisville.
And Kenny knows it. He's bringing Brandon Huntley-Hatfield back in. Okorafor is not ready for that double team.
A game-high 10 for Skyy Clark, who is playing with a broken rib.
But he's done a really good job. He's guarding hard. He's got a tough matchup here with Burton. He's staying low.
Roper puts it on the floor. A lot of dribbling. Okorafor walled him up.
That had no chance. That play had absolutely zero chance of succeeding, and you can see by looking at Markus Shrewsberry, he agrees with me. That's not a play you make with a minute left in the half.
Notre Dame has missed 11 of its last 12. Clark almost lost it, now out of bounds. And I think they said last touch Notre Dame. Markus Shrewsberry can't believe the call.
I like this by Skyy Clark. He shakes him. Burton's got to do a better job of staying in front. But Clark gets it. He goes straight up. He gets squared up, and he holds his follow through. Nice 3.
It'll stay with Louisville. 11 to shoot.
Now, if that ball goes into the post with the guard, we're going to see the double team there as well. Notre Dame has got to be happy with the doubles.
White has his shot blocked. Irish can go 2 for 1. Burton accelerates.
Not good defense. Skyy Clark took it easy. He relaxed. Markus Burton has got quickness, speed, and he can play through contact. Skyy Clark is still standing there looking for his shoes.
Huntley-Hatfield looking for Glenn. Right idea. Glenn could not control it.
This is where Louisville's got to pull together on this. This is where the frustration kicks in. We're trying to make plays that aren't there. And then Skyy Clark comes down and he doesn't lock in defensively. You got to put both feet down, load your hips, and guard the ball. And the last thing Markus Burton needs to see is a wide open rim with that speed and quickness. And that's where Louisville, that's where they got to overcome this right now. Don't turn 1 or 2 mistakes into 3 or 4 mistakes in a row.
And that has been the story of the season for Louisville, where a mini run by the opponent turns into a massive run. First half shooting star for Notre Dame has been Braeden Shrewsberry.
Well, and again, he's so quick and he sets up his screens. Huntley-Hatfield leaves his feet. Mike was behind the play. You can't be in that situation like James was. Shrewsberry can shoot the ball. He doesn't need much time. He certainly can create from a deeper range, and he gets it off quickly.
He's played well on the road, his production up in ACC play, and he has shrugged off his last game. 1 for 11, 1 for 8 from 3 against Georgia Tech last Wednesday. Notre Dame's had a week between games. How big is that this time of the year?
Oh, it's huge. It's great for rest and recovery. It's great for rehabbing and getting your guys mentally fresh, physically fresh, and it's a great time to add things. It's a great time to look at what you're doing well, build on it, find some counters to it, and then add some things. And I think that's what Markus Shrewsberry did.
About a 1.5-second differential, game clock and a shot clock. Logan Imes, the freshman, looking for help. Shrewsberry lets it fly. Tip back, Burton heaves it up, air ball, and that's how the first half ends.
I think we'll see more post-ups from the Louisville guards as well as Braeden Hatfield.
White can certainly do that. Huntley Hatfield drops it in for an easy 2. He's got 10.
Beautiful place. Well designed by Kenny Payne, coming out, getting that pocket pass on the bounce pass from Trey White for the easy Braeden Hatfield layup. Now this is where you want to see Skyy Clark just determined that he's going to win this matchup with Markus Burton. Be aggressive, be assertive, not be behind screens like this.
Glenn picks up Burton on the switch. 10 to shoot. Burton puts it on the floor. Tay Davis on the drive and a turnover.
Now, as we watch this action right here, great play, gets it swung. They're running their offense. They're letting it happen. Trey White comes off. There's no hand pressure from Notre Dame. Delivers the bounce pass layup. Both teams have got to pick up their pick and roll defense. Hand pressure. They've got to play with more length. They've got to play with active hands. They've got to go after balls, especially when as many bounce passes are being thrown.
White's 3, not there. Burton snatches the rebound. Jai setting the screen. Shrewsberry back to Burton.
Burton's got to look at the rim from 3 because Kerry Booth's looking at it.
Booth misfires. Jai the offensive rebound.
Oh, that's some money.
Shrewsberry spots up his 4th 3.
Can't lose him like that. And I like Kerry Booth's aggressiveness. I love the fact. To me, he's a young Noah Clowney who's with Brooklyn now. Absolutely. Who played at Alabama last year. They're different in certain ways, but Kerry Booth has got that kind of potential.
Booth, good bloodlines. Dad Calvin played in the NBA for a decade. Now the Nuggets GM.
Good job kicking it out. You cannot leave Braeden Shrewsberry open at any point. He's wide open on that. Just what he needed to see go in, just what his teammates needed to see go in. An open 3.
Booth picked up his 2nd foul.
Now, as we watch Caleb Glenn shoot this free throw, he's got to get some lift off of his toes. Right now, he shoots a very flat-footed free throw when he misses. If he gets that lift, he holds the follow-through. Much better.
When you look at Louisville's 3-point shooting coach, they have not done well from the outside the last 3 games. Meanwhile, their opponents shooting it at a ridiculously high clip.
Ridiculously high. And some of that is ball movement. Some of that is over help. Some of that is just being behind plays. But they cannot win giving up 3s like that.
Booth offline.
Now, there you go. There's a throw ahead. There, that's exactly what you want your guard to do. Recognition. Skyy Clark has a tendency to dribble the ball too much in the backcourt laterally rather than get the ball advanced by a speed dribble or a throw ahead like that. Right away, it's another step towards the bonus.
And Booth picks up his 3rd foul. He exits as Julian Roper, the Northwestern transfer, enters.
This is where you're yelling at your teammates to see the ball so you don't get beat on a cut.
Careless pass taken away. Shrewsberry the other way, lays it in. He's got 14 to lead all scores.
Well, that's just a sloppy pass, but if there's been one weakness that the Louisville team has had all year, it is the passing. At times it's stationary. When they're going too fast, they do not deliver the ball on time, on target, the way that they have to. That becomes a discipline issue of how you throw the ball.
And it's been this, live ball turnovers.
That's the stuff I feel for Kenny Payne on, because you see the attention that he's trying to put on that in the walkthroughs. You can't throw careless, short-armed passes.
Clark has a trailer. White spots up, way off. Burton launches. And Davis tips it back amongst 3 Cardinals. Roper, not quite three's company.
Both teams have got to pick up their effort on the offensive glass. It's a poor choice. You can't throw a straight-ahead pass. That is a straight-ahead. There was no angle on that. That is not a good pass. Now, that's just a soft right hand. And the responsibilities that he has, it is important that everybody know he's being coached just like there. And sometimes you got to coach him a little bit harder, because sometimes players have a tendency, well, he'll let him do this, he won't let me do that. And you can never have that and be successful, but you certainly can't have it when your son is on the team. And I think Micah understands that to a great deal.
Good recovery by James.
Better. He has gotten so much better this year. So whatever Micah's doing with him is working.
The slippery Burton, and a foul called down low.
Good drive by Burton, but part of the improvement of Notre Dame with their offense and guys shooting is the fact that Markus Burton is learning how to deliver the ball earlier to his teammates at times. He's learning how to throw it ahead. He's got so much speed and quickness and ability to finish at the rim. But that making those simple plays for your teammates sometimes is like hitting a home run. You don't have to hit the home run to round the bases.
Get on base, let others drive you in.
Great point guards are singles hitters, and then all of a sudden they make everything else. The game is not complex to them. They keep the game simple.
Glenn picked up the foul. You watch Burton, you know he's going to have a chance to be a special player in the ACC. Looking ahead at the offseason, what is that next step in his evolution?
Finishing better against length, reading decision-making of who he's got on him. Should he make the shot? Should he take an extra dribble to get to the rim? Should he make the kick?
Meanwhile, Clark coming back from a rib injury. He's playing with a broken rib. He's got 13, and he's 5 of 5 from the field.
Markus Burton has also got to become just an absolute pest defensively. And I think he can be that. He can be a guy that can guard the ball full court. Now, their style of play right now is to guard at the heels at the three-point line, which is certainly working. But eventually, he's going to have to be a full-court pressure guard consistently, especially to play in the NBA. 5
to shoot. Burton kicks it out to Davis. 2 to shoot. Davis. Shot fake. Did he get it off in time? He missed it. Didn't matter.
The run you got Hatfield. You've got him.
He wants it. Going to work on Jai. And draws the foul.
Good feed. Good feed. Now, Skyy Clark, if he could put this together, making the passes, the way he's making these shots, that great pass, ready, comes back. I'm not sure they can win tonight if he doesn't pick it up and become more a part of this offense, because he's defending okay, but he's not doing anything special. He needs to see the ball go through the rim.
And Kenny Payne has gone to his bench. Curtis Williams, Tyler Johnson in there.
I like Curtis Williams. I know his percentages at 30% in the league are not great. I love watching him shoot the ball. It looks like a good stroke watching him today. I feel like it's going in when you watch it. At practice, it did. He just got to stay with it and not get herky-jerky and move his feet a lot.
Kenny Payne told me when Curtis Williams has played his best, he makes the extra pass, he gets assists, he gets rebounds, he plays defense. He said for a young player sometimes if the shot is not falling, you become disengaged in other areas. He wants to see Curtis Williams be a complete basketball player even if the shot's not there.
Well, Kenny just summed up 18-year-olds. There's pros that feel that way, but you got to be a special player to keep going hard defensively and on the glass when your shot's not going in, because young players treat it like they're getting discouraged rather than just being disappointed for a second. They get discouraged like the world is ending. Keep going.
9-point lead for the Irish. It is their second largest of the game. They led by as many as 13 at one point.
Great drive.
Glenn,
That's what you want to
almost.
see.
Fresh shot clock. Huntley Hatfield blocked at the rim. And Notre Dame can extend to a double-digit lead. That one's stripped away.
Braeden Huntley Hatfield right there. He wanted the foul. It was 1-on-3. He went up strong, no problem with the move. He decided to get back and get that strip because that could have gone either way. He's inside, ball's there, it comes into him. He goes up, there's 3 people around it. He wants a foul, but he came back, deflected that ball, kept the possession alive for them to defend.
Knesny backing down Williams. There's the help from Huntley Hatfield, the turnaround, yes.
Great footwork by J.R. Knesny in the post. He's not only a three-point shooter, he can get inside, play off the pivot. Markus Shrewsberry does a great job of getting his players to understand how to play off a 2-foot jump stop.
That one rims out.
There, it's just a miss. Don't get discouraged. Keep playing. This game is still up for grabs for either team. 10 points is nothing with 13 minutes to go.
There's Imes, who is set to go to Penn State, but followed Markus Shrewsberry to Notre Dame. Over Clark, and a foul.
Now, this is a point guard. Skyy Clark, we shouldn't be looking at you right now, Skyy Clark. You should be huddling your teammates up. Keep it on it right now. This is what a point guard needs to do. Don't worry about yourself. Don't worry about the foul call. Huddle your team quick. Look at Coach Payne. See what he wants, and let's go. That's what has to change in any point guard, but especially for Louisville.
Tuesday, doubleheader for you on ACC and Clemson hosting Pitt. That game in South Carolina. Then Wake Forest will take on Notre Dame. Wake currently one of Joe Lunardi's last 4 in, or I should say first 4 out. Blake Hinson last time out against Louisville, 41 points. I should say 2 games ago. He had 10 against Wake last time out, but over the weekend, 41 points against Louisville, 9 threes in that game.
People forget how good Blake Hinson even was at Ole Miss. I mean, he's always been a shooter, a scorer.
Clark, 15 points, 6 of 6 from the field.
Now, I love the way he's shooting the ball. He's got to turn it back on the defensive end and leadership with his teammates. This is what you need if you're Louisville. Put some pressure on. Don't let Notre Dame feel comfortable in this half court.
Booth back in there with the 3 fouls. Shrewsberry, shot clock in single digits. Knesny over Williams, got it.
Wow, great job with the left hand. Pounded the dribble. His feet from year 1 to year 2 have really improved. He's obviously gotten stronger in his lower body. You can see it in his feet when he attacks.
Red-shirted last year after playing sparingly as a freshman. Huntley Hatfield with a chance at a 3-point play.
We're almost at the point that if we're not going to get the drive and kick game going as much with Louisville, that Braeden Huntley Hatfield has got to touch the ball at least every 2 trips down the floor, and soon to be every trip down the floor. Great drive, stops, keeps it alive, is strong with the ball, doesn't lose the ball, goes up strong, great touch. Now he's got a chance to cap it with a free throw.
Ajayi just picked up his 3rd foul.
I like the pressure. When you start attacking the ball in the full court, it just turns everybody else up. You're getting a good point of attack. I think James is getting ready to score. He's starting to guard better. Good defense.
Imes knocks down the triple.
Too much space. He doesn't need much space at all. But Imes is a dead-eye shooter who's gotten better off the dribble.
And going quickly, it's Huntley Hatfield in transition. 16 for the big guy to go along with 4 rebounds. Tay Davis slips one through.
Good drive. That's where Huntley Hatfield's got to cut off the dribble. Hands are a little bit low, have the hands ready to go up quicker. But they're starting to find something defensively. They're starting to put the pressure on.
Here's James, still looking for his first point. Through traffic. Offensive rebound. Follow. No. Knocked out of bounds. It belongs to Notre Dame.
As of late, because they can get him fouled.
And you look at what Louisville puts on the floor. Huntley Hatfield is getting a breather. So now you got to figure out what to do inside. They've got essentially a 4-guard look.
Well, I like the pressure that you can get with this lineup because you can literally switch everything with this lineup for Louisville. Now you really need to pressure your guards. I mean, you need to post up your guards.
Full court pressure. Johnson is a terrific on-ball defender. Foul trouble at times has been an issue.
Good action. Drops into the zone. This is good. They're sending cutters through. This is good. Good change of pace here for Louisville. Now they've matched man.
Burton wide open, and it's good.
Miscommunication, got 2 on the ball at the top of the slot. Wide open 3 for Burton. Communication, man, zone, press, doesn't make a difference. You got to talk. You got to bump in the zone.
Largest lead of the game for Notre Dame. Glenn, not there. Burton's got 11, nearly lost it. Zona for 3. In and out. Knocked out of bounds by Davis. The Irish, the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC in league games, but 40% tonight, 8 for 20.
Some of that is they just don't have enough outside of Burton to really create 2 guarding the ball for those kickouts outside of broken plays.
Clark is perfect from the field, 7 for 7. He's got a game-high 17.
He's playing fantastic offensively when it comes to his shot. He really is. Looks good tonight. A lot of game left with this pressure defense.
Make it 18. 4 for 4 from 3. Johnson tipped it. Here's Burton. Off balance. And there's Clark for the board.
This crew they are letting them play. No doubt about it.
They've called it like that from the opening tip. Zona turns it over.
They really have. Pat Driscoll's been outstanding for a long, long time. Jeff Clark, Lamar Simpson, these guys have done it for a long. They're letting it go, which is good. No one's getting an advantage. I know neither coach on the other side may feel that way. They're not getting an advantage. It's a very physical game. You have to make some plays in this game.
Clark over Imes, his first miss. Now, we saw the pressure earlier off the inbounds from Louisville. Notre Dame's a team that turns it over on 20% of its possessions in the ACC, highest rate in the conference. Davis swivels inside, blocked by Glenn. And James got mauled. No
at
foul.
some point we got to call that. I'm all for physical play and let's go, but we got to call that.
James hesitated. Down low to Glenn.
Nice pass by Mike James.
Timeout by Markus Shrewsberry. And that dunk by Glenn is the first field goal from someone who in that game is on the team this year.
Absolutely amazing. It really is. That's why they're both trying to build their programs. I understand what Mike is going through. When I went to Indiana in 2008, we had 27 points coming back. Didn't work out real well for us early on. No, exactly. 20 total. We got through it, but it was not pretty. But these two coaches are building their programs. And you know they're being coached to play better, especially with the passing and decision-making than they make.
Here comes James. Johnson's quick. Top 100 recruit. And he'll get 2 shot as Imes picks up the foul.
Now that's what's going to be interesting, right? Foul on the shot, which it was. But now you've got to keep reading what this game is going to be. Well, how are the officials going to call it? It's a good drive. He got by him, gets into him. Coach Shrewsberry was looking for the leg kick, but Imes was into his body. Now you haven't called the game tight all game. Let's keep letting it be that way.
Johnson, the first Louisville freshman since Reese Gaines with 90 or more assists in a season. Didn't play last time out against Pitt due to concussion-like symptoms. He's been a spark plug for Louisville on a number of occasions this season.
He has. Right now, he can change the game because he likes this matchup with Burton. He'll stay into him. He can match him quickness-wise. They're looking for Tay Davis to post it up. Huntley Hatfield is doing a great job of being in position and not letting.
And that's a kick ball.
That's a Braeden Huntley Hatfield stop. They're going to get the ball, but he did a great job defending that post.
8-point game, less than 8 minutes to go. 6-0 Louisville run.
Bravo! You use the Quicksilver.
Side of the KFC Yum Center. Louisville in the midst of a 6-0 run. We got about 8 minutes to go. What does success look like for both teams over this final 8-minute stretch?
Well, right now for Louisville, they're 2 away from the bonus. They've only committed 2 fouls. Notre Dame 5. You have got to get into the bonus as quick as you can so that you can get to the foul line and then set your defense, set your press. It's an 8-point game. It's a 3 to 4 possession game. There's a lot of time, but you can't have empty possessions, and you can't give up a 3 like that. Beautiful shot from Braeden Shrewsberry. Great call from Markus Shrewsberry out of the timeout.
5 threes for Braeden Shrewsberry, the coach's kid. He's got 17.
But still, this is look to get the ball inside, get to the foul line.
There's Johnson, not much of a three-point shooter, misses. Booth is there to clean. Shrewsberry again, got it!
Get one, Kenny.
6 threes.
You got to. You can't lose Braeden Shrewsberry. You can't lose him in a pickup game. You can't lose him at Notre Dame. You can't lose him at the Yum Center. You can't lose him in Uruguay. He can shoot in any gym he's in. You've got to find him.
How are the gyms in Uruguay, by
I'm
the way?
not sure, but I know he could make a basket in it. Even if they raised him to 12-foot and they were chain nets.
The son of Micah and Molly Shrewsberry. His production's been up in ACC play. He's been better on the road. Had that big game on the road against Georgia Tech in the overtime win where he had 25 and 20 points today, 6 of 10 from 3. And again, the three-point defense for Louisville, it's becoming concerning. Notre Dame's the worst three-point shooting team in the ACC, 10 for 23 tonight.
Well, the first Braeden Shrewsberry 3 out of the timeout, they weren't low enough. He got a little bit of separation. It wasn't even a great screen. They weren't low enough. They didn't stay attached, knowing that he's going to come. The last one, broken play, he's just open. That's where the lack of communication comes back and gets you. I'm not sure Braeden Shrewsberry could make it on a 12-foot rim, but I know he could hit it on a rim with a chain link fence.
Or in Uruguay.
Oh, yeah. You name it. Braeden Shrewsberry keeps shooting the ball like this. He's not going to have to find out what it's like to play in Europe. He'll make it in one of those leagues that they play 82 games a year.
Kick ball. 14-point lead for the Irish, their largest of the game. Johnson, the inbound, and there's James. His first points, his first field goal.
Good play, take it. I mean, Notre Dame has just made 2 threes. They have not separated themselves execution-wise outside of those threes. You're still in it.
Burton, the wild pull-up, got it, plus the foul.
So quick, so good coming off screens. Good lift. He gets that ball out. Low center of gravity. It's down low. Beautiful shot.
Does he remind you of anyone?
Well, there is similarities to a guy I coached at Indiana named Yogi Ferrell. They're a little bit different. That is a beautiful shot. Takes the hit, goes straight up. I don't like comparing younger players to a guy I had like Yogi Ferrell, who's one of the all-time winningest players at Indiana, played years in the NBA, won 2 championships there. But low center of gravity guards that are so tough when they get to the basket. They may not jump over you and dunk over you, but they can finish in the contact.
Huntley Hatfield down low against Skyy. No good. And we'll get a foul over the back on James.
The anticipation that you've got to have to rebound the ball. Braeden Huntley Hatfield gets a good look. He goes up, but again, James gets the foul because he's late getting to the glass. Watch him come into the picture. All right, Huntley Hatfield gets the ball. He goes up into it. They're trying to give him space. Shot goes up. Be there a little bit earlier. You got the ball. You know he's in the shot. When he's in the motion of his shot, run to the rim.
Let's see if they go to Shrewsberry, who's earned a heat check. Burton. And that's a travel.
Now, if he'd have took a heat check and didn't make it, we might see Coach Shrewsberry instead of Dad Shrewsberry on that. I'm not sure you want to take heat checks on the road.
You don't think he's earned one? 6 of 10 from 3?
No, I don't think a player ever earns a heat check. Now, I'm a coach. I don't see that. Because heat checks turn into bad, long shots that are challenged.
Clark, the drive, the dish. Huntley Hatfield offline with the corner 3.
Now get your help position. Get your help. Don't let him play a two-man game.
There it is.
There
Burton
it is.
to Shrewsberry. Still plenty of time to shoot. Burton, the quick first step through the contact. He's picked it up in the second half. He's got
so
16.
Good. I'd like to see any other freshman guard in America that can match up with him when it comes to playing through contact. There are seniors, 50-year seniors, that can't get through contact like he can. He relishes the contact.
Johnson misses. You saw Mike James get hit on that last play. And officials have let them play through a lot. A lot has been not called this evening. Now Booth over White.
That's where he's going to be good.
Pulling away.
That's where he's going to be good. He can put the ball on the ground. He can make threes. He's got to get the post-up game and the offensive rebounding game, but he can put the ball on the ground and get his shot. Kerry Booth has got a real future.
Huntley Hatfield missed the bunny, gets it back, stolen away by Burton. He averages more than 2 steals in conference play, tops in the league. Out of bounds.
They're scrapping, they're hustling.
It's going to be Notre Dame ball.
Let's see what this looks like. Loose ball. They're diving. Both dive for it. See, they're still laying out and playing. I don't know. That looked like off Notre Dame.
Was that ball kicked at the other end?
Yes, but it looked to me like that one off Notre Dame. But Jeff Clark, the official, was right there to see it. You got to trust his opinion. He was right there on the call. So nobody had a better view than he did. Though we've got a group of people up here behind us that think they had a better view.
Where's your balloon animals? Think it's loud!
Five to shoot. Davis posting up Clark. It's Shrewsberry again. His 7th three. He's got 23, 2 off. A career high.
It's so quick when he gets it off, and he doesn't fade. Earlier in the season, he was fading on those quick threes. Now he holds his follow-through. That's why the percentage has gone up.
And Huntley Hatfield again missing from close range. Now this has escalated quickly. Now a 22-point lead for Notre Dame.
The 3 Braeden Shrewsberry threes. Son coaching this game, which looks like it's going to be a potential victory for him, but to see the grandson have a fantastic game. That's very, very nice.
Braeden Shrewsberry, 23 points, 7 of 11 from 3-point range as Trey White has 2 shots coming. And for Louisville, we've seen this movie plenty of times where they're within striking distance, and then all of a sudden a 6-0 run turns into a 10-2 run. In this case, a 16-2 run. The BC game not long ago. Louisville led by 8 at the break. BC went on a 20-1 run in the second half. They end up winning by 12.
You're so right. I mean, that's the leadership, and I feel for the coaching staff. I feel for Kenny, because you can call timeout, but at some point your players have got to understand, hey, we got to get a stop. We got to talk. If communication's at the forefront of our defense, we better make that the forefront of our focus. And it just doesn't happen that way, and it happens across the country. But those 10, 11-point deficits can turn into 20 in a hurry if you don't stay strong and understand you've got to come down and get the right shot.
Glenn blocked by Jai. On the other end, Jai attempted a three, just the 12th three-point attempt of his career. He had made 2.
I really wish that Louisville, for their sake, would have posted more tonight. Baited that double and see if they could have played out of it, especially when you've got post-up guards
Roper
like White
took it away.
and James.
And now Clark is down. Remember, he's playing with a broken rib.
Yeah, he's down. They're probably getting ready to sub anyways. Here comes the trainer, so he'll have to come out of the game. Maybe it's a cramp. Yeah, appears to be a cramp.
College basketball this Saturday. Big game for Virginia, looking to bounce back from Monday. They're home for UNC. Texas goes to Kansas. Texas A&M visiting number 5 Tennessee.
I'll be in the studio getting to see every one of those this weekend in Bristol.
Big 12 standings right now. Joe Lunardi projecting 9 teams in the NCAA tournament from the Big 12.
Well, when you look at BYU, TCU, Texas sitting there at 7-6, 6-7, those are 2 teams nobody wants to face, or 3 teams nobody wants to face those teams. The way they shoot, the toughness that they have, the versatility.
Both teams here emptying their bench. That's a turnover. Julian Roper. Roper on the drive through the contact. Okorafor is there. Curtis Williams lets it fly. He's been in a slump. Came into this game 1 for his last 12 from 3.
There, keep running offense. Don't let this turn into garbage time. Get good shots.
Williams misfires again. Zona's there. And Roper, meanwhile, is down. It looks like he's holding his midsection. That's Wade.
Good grandson of Larry Wade, my neighbor in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. Almost had that layup. Real good young guy from San Diego, California.
He was not on the bingo card tonight.
No, that's all right, but I know who he is because I know Grandpa. Grandpa and Dick Vitale are as thick as thieves in Lakewood Ranch. Get a lot of topics covered at breakfast.
Can anyone get a word in, though?
Well, Dick's not talking a lot right now, so it's more whiteboard. But Larry Wade has been a treasured friend of his for a long time, and I know he is proud of his grandson being in this game.
1:04 to go here in regulation. Notre Dame on its way to its 3rd straight win. This was an Irish team picked to finish at the bottom of the ACC. Young team. They start 3 freshmen. You can sense a burgeoning confidence about this Notre Dame team. I know they beat Louisville and it's Georgia Tech and not exactly the top of the ACC, but there was a win in there against Virginia Tech as well.
It doesn't matter. It's still the ACC. It's still high-level college basketball, and you still got an extremely young team.
Jovanovic ahead of the pack, lays it in.
The improvement of Notre Dame has been, it has been totally noticeable. And everybody gets better at different times, and you want your players, that the energy that they get from improving is the energy that they need. Nobody calls home and says, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, we're running 2 up so much better. All right, we're playing our zone so much better. They want to feel like they're improving, and I think the Notre Dame players are. Certainly some of the Louisville players have.
Thomas Crow. Do you have him on the bingo card, by the way?
I saw him. I've seen him practice 2 weeks in a row. I didn't have him making a 3 at Louisville, though.
There's Zan Payne, in and out. And JT Kelly will dribble out the clock. Notre Dame comes into Louisville, and the Irish get just their 2nd road win of the season.